James Melendez, James the Wine Guy. What we have next is this amazing bottle of sparkling wine from the region in Italy called Franciacorta. Stay tuned for this review. I love this bottle. I think it's really outstanding. It's a non-vintage bottle of wine, and I'm just going to introduce the wine. I'm going to talk a little bit more in a little bit about Franciacorta. So here's what we have. It's Rosé, Brut Rosé, Contadi, Castaldi, Franciacorta. This is a non-vintage wine. Back label for your inspection here. And you're going to see that this is a 13% ABV wine. It's 35% Pinot Noir, 65% Chardonnay. And I think this is an outstanding region. It's a region that doesn't get a lot of the lion's share of attention. That goes to Prosecco. And there's no reason why it shouldn't. It's a high quality region. Now it's a unique area because it's a relatively new wine region in Italy. Now this is northeast of Milano, the growing region, and it's south of Lake Iseo or Lago Iseo. Now that's really important in terms of the lake influence, really keeping these Pinot Noir and the Chardonnay grapes at their peak perfection. You can't grow Pinot Noir and Chardonnay obviously in every part of Italy because in some regions it's way too hot. But because of the lake influence, it's perfect for Pinot Noir and Chardonnay production. Now it's again, relatively new. Now, in 1961, you had permission to produce some wines. It's called Pinot di Franciacorta, 3,000 bottles in total. That was it. In 1967, of course, Chardonnay's added on later. And then in 1967, it becomes a DOC wine, which is a Denominazione d'Origine Controllata. And in 1997, it becomes a DOCG, Denominazione d'Origine Controllata e Garantita. So the highest level of quality mark in Italy. And I think this is a really outstanding bottle of wine. It is really sublime. Now look at the color here, matching the label here nicely. And I wanted to pull it away from the light source behind me because it's a bit bright. Becomes a little orangish, but it's that bona fide, gorgeous pink coloration. So on the first fermentation of this wine, it's really going to have a bit of wood on it, but not much. And what I like about that, it gives some earthy quality to this wine. And this spends 24 months on the lees and in the secondary fermentation. And so this is a traditional method sparkling wine, and I think that's a really handsome quality. So you're not going to have the same. This is a very different process than say you would find in Prosecco. So it's a different wine altogether. And I don't want to compare and contrast, put one against the other, because there's no need to do that. But I think it's a really fantastic wine. 92 points out of 100 points. And what I really like too about this particular bottle, it's inexpensive. I've seen prices between $25 and $30. And I think for Brut Rosé, it's really hard to find that price point. I'm seeing a lot more in the United States climbing into the $60, $70, $80 range, which I think is relatively expensive. And for me, sometimes I want just a rosé for a Monday. But here we go with this wine. I'm going to tell you about the scent characterization and the flavor profile. So on the scent characterization, I'm getting notes of mountain, strawberry, lemon peel, fleshy pear, red tea, and floral notes as well. Gorgeous minerality and earthiness to this wine, delicate mousse of strawberry, a hint of raspberry, a bit of cherry tea, and red floral notes, and a bit of biscuit, which I love on any sparkling wine. It is really a tremendously gorgeous bottle of wine, outstanding value. And I was at a tasting for this region here in San Francisco at A16, which is one of my favorite restaurants on Chestnut Street. Fantastic Italian food. So I tasted oysters with this. I tasted salumi. I was tasting cheeses, and this was a fantastic pairing for this wine. It is really outstanding. So do yourself a favor on your favorite wine merchant, and I'm a big fan of smaller wine merchants because sometimes they're going to really try to help you get the wines you want. In many instances, I know many a retailer who's going to say, you know what, let me get some in, or would you like to order some of that? I can order you a case of that or 6 bottles of that. They hear enough of that from you, the consumer, they're going to bring bottles in because I think ultimately all wine merchants want to sell wine bottles. And this is a really handsome bottle of wine. So thank you for watching today. Stay tuned for more reviews to come. It's an amazing year, 2016. Q4, there's so many holidays coming up, but guess what? Don't just sequester this to the holiday season. Enjoy it all the time. So thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more. Questions and comments down below, and subscribe button's right up here, so please hit that button. So thank you for watching, and let's stay connected. I'm on a variety of social media such as Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Pinterest, LinkedIn, as well as Instagram and WordPress. And thank you again for watching today. Stay tuned for more. Salute!